Guys, welcome back to FoolCraft 3. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Got some things to talk about, specifically what I did before this episode started, or between episodes you could say. I've got this power cell battery now. It holds 1 billion, I think. That looks like a billion, yes. And because of that, I've now consolidated all of my power. So I've got everything that generates power on a power in network, and then I send all my power from this battery out into the power out network, obviously. And that's what powers everything, and I've got everything. I think we can check my power in network. Our connections. These are all the battery ins. I've got a solar panel set up, getting power. I've got my tree power, my lava power, that type of stuff. The next big thing is environmental tech, which I have basically completed now. I've got the ability to auto-craft tier 6 void altars now. Not void, void miners, which is all I need for the energy condenser. And then once I have EMC, then this doesn't really matter anymore because it's just going to be an EMC machine. But this guy is still tier 5. I haven't changed this. The big thing is that I got a tier 6 Atheum solar panel, and this generates a stupid amount of power. Look at that, 1.7 million. These are all just piezo modifiers. I think they just make it so that it works when it's raining. Don't know if that's actually correct or not because there's no tooltip. But that's that. So yeah, this is our main source of power right now, and I've got a big question to ask you guys. Should I actually use environmental tech solar? Because it's kind of cheeky in the sense that I literally just placed this and now I'm generating like close to 2 million RF a tick and I don't have to do shit about it. Or should I rely on other power sources? Like there's the I don't even know what it's called. The steam turbine from Immersive Tech, I think it's called. Yes, I think it's from this mod. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's from one of those immersive engineering add-on mods, and it adds these like 2 multi-blocks, maybe 3. Actually, it might be from Immersive Petroleum. Not important. But that generates like 20,000 RF or something, but it looks pretty cool. It's a bit more complicated than this, obviously. But I'm really just looking if you guys are interested in me actually putting effort into making power, because I was literally writing off lava power until just recently, and now we have this thing, and there's no reason for me to even touch power anymore. So yeah, if you guys want me to, I might actually just create a poll. If I do create a poll, it'll be in the description. If I don't create a poll, then you know what's going on. But yeah, should I continue this? And then, oh yeah, on my actual like inventory, I also caved in and finally made a wireless thing. I was using just like bags, and now I'm not because I don't need to anymore. This thing is effective. It literally just gives me access to my AE terminal from anywhere. But now what we're actually doing today is moving over to the Crag biome, which I've got a waystone placed over here at. I love this biome so much. I've mapped out the whole thing here. It's actually relatively small compared to what I've seen for Crag biomes, and it's also really lackluster. Like there's not a whole lot going on. Other Crag biomes I've seen are pretty nuts, and this one's tame, to say the least, which is fine. It still looks cool. But this is where we're going to have our Foundry stuff. That's what's in this smooth video crate here. I am lagging like crazy right now. Ignore the 200 FPS up there. So I didn't want to make a bunch of bricks for buildings, so I painted cobblestone to look like bricks. That's the exact same thing. I'm just lazy. Actually, wonder, does this... oh, it totally does. This texture pack that I'm using makes like different blocks of variants. Like you can obviously see that with the stone. There's many different variants of the same texture. I didn't know if it would do that with the painted version. But yeah, let's start Foundry here. We're making brass, molten brass. I think we need to do it in the alloy mixer, which I have. Looks like this thing requires RF. So I'm just gonna real quick, what am I doing? Point. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to set up this thing just so I can actually get brass, and then I'll actually end up making the factory. The block palette I'm planning on using is brick and basalt. I think that'd look pretty cool. Basalt for like the flooring, and brick variants for the walls and ceiling. This is complicated. To give you guys some insight, I've never actually used Foundry before. My experience with it is watching other people use it, like System Collapse on his Exoria playthrough, but I barely even like looked at that at all. And then I also watched Etho do it, obviously. Okay, so I think no, I put these guys on top of the burner heaters like this, and then I give these guys coal, which raises the temperature, and it looks like it's doing that. I think we need some of these refractory fluid containers, so let's make some. Tin plates, you've got it. Let's just make like 20 of them, so I'll have plenty when I need them. And is that glass I didn't have? Oh, it's refractory glass. Oh, I totally missed this. Let's grab some more coal then. And that's just glass and refractory clay? No, it's just regular clay and sand. Okay, that's even easier. I literally just went around an ocean and just destroyed every single piece of clay I could possibly find. I got this squid pet and I just used that to find it super easy. But it looks like this is heating up nicely. I'm not sure how much copper we'll actually need, but let's just throw in like a stack of it. And a stack of aluminum as well. I cannot type to save my life. Just do one of these guys. I can probably use fluid pipes actually, now that I think about it. Let's move this to make it centered as well. Alrighty. Grab some conduit, and I assume this will work just fine. Not entirely sure. Okay, there's copper in there. Oh, hey, yeah, look at that. We're already making brass. This is simpler than I expected it to be. So I just need to, here, actually, let's just get some drawers. Actually, I can make some, I was gonna say I can use some flat transfer nodes, but I'm just gonna grab a couple of drawers and do, that was a mistake. Item conduits, I'm gonna need those. Alrighty, and my axe. If I can center myself, here we go. So now I just need to fill those guys up with copper and aluminum. I'm just gonna make a ton of brass because I don't know what I'll need it for. I think I can use it for FoolCraft when I actually start that mod at some point in the future. I think I've got like everything in my tools back here. Let's just grab this. And aluminum. Okay, so that's a good amount of stuff. Is this full now? Sure is. So what do we actually do with this to get brass ingots now? So we have to put it into an ingot casting table or a metal caster. Let's make a metal caster real quick. Okay, it's starting to nighttime, but that's no big deal. Let's throw this guy here. Let's grab some of this refractory glass that we're cooking up. And I believe fire mold. I'm not actually sure how this works. Do I need coal? Looks like I do need coal. Where do I put this in here? It's like I feel like I put this in somewhere. How do I actually make one of these? I'm gonna look this up real quick. The mystery was actually the clay blocks as said on the tooltip, but I can't read, so I didn't know that. So I think we've got to make an ingot mold, this guy, so that we can actually make brass. I've got this thing set up now. It's got power, it's got its brass in it. This thing's still kicking ass. So this should be a pretty simple process in the end, I feel. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So what's this? Depth of 2 in the middle. So something like that. Did I get it? It looks like I did it. It is processing. That is a good sign. So this guy back in here. And this guy. I'm pressing all sorts of buttons that I don't want to be pressing here. Cool. So this is going to make us brass. Hey yo. So we're getting FoolCraft brass now. Very conveniently. And now we just need 1,000 of this. Shouldn't be too hard, yeah? Yeah? Alright. Let's grab a drawer and a key that I just conveniently put away, of course. Being convenient is far too convenient for myself. Nice, now we've got a solid brass factory. And it looks like we're keeping up with production here, at least I assume we are. Let's just toss a bunch more copper in there, because I put about the exact same amount of copper in that I did aluminum. I definitely know I'm going to need a lot more copper than aluminum, because it's 3 to 1, I believe. But yeah, look at that. We're almost 5% of the way there. But yeah, now I just need while this is cooking, basically. I've got a mega torch over there, by the way. That's where there's no monsters, other than that creeper there and that basalt, or whatever you pronounce it. But now that this is going, I'm just gonna let this process for a bit. Obviously we need 1,000, and I'll just keep watch of it and get it to there. But I'm actually gonna start work on the build now. Don't know, I'm probably gonna put it like somewhere around here, and then have like a path leading down this to whatever, the building. We'll see. You guys will see when I come right back. A couple of things, guys. One being that I've upgraded my tools, specifically because I was mining out like all this shenanigans and I wanted a Silk Touch multi-tool possibly to do it, because this is like, the ground is made of gravel, dirt, cobblestone, stone, that type of stuff, and it's really annoying to get through. So I was like, hey, I'll open up a Mega Loot case. I'm down to this many. I've got one left. Because I blew through them. Because I really wanted to get a multi-tool, and I fucking got one. I think it was my second one. The first one was a bow. But this guy that I got, I've upgraded it, obviously. I've also switched over all the enchantments on my pickaxe to it. But just look at this thing. 38.99 mining speed. I've only gotten efficiency 10 and Silk Touch on it because it's also got unbreaking on this thing. Void Miner, I don't know what that does. Maybe when you break stuff, it just voids out automatically. I think it came with Haste 2 and Magnetic, and then I put the 3 extra modifiers on it, and that's what I got. Because I really just wanted to see if I could get multi-tool on something with that high of a mining speed, and I did. But as you can see when I'm walking on, I've made a staircase here out of the so aforementioned basalt. I think it looks pretty nice, kind of fits with the staircase themes I've been doing all throughout this series. I use chisel and bits on literally everything. I didn't just use staircases, these are all chisel blocks, which didn't take too long. A bit of detailing on the stairs, I've cut out the sides so that it flows a bit better, which I think it looks pretty nice. And I like the way it kind of conforms to the actual terrain here. And then of course I've got this factory, which looks like a bunny. I didn't mean to have it look like that. I'm terrible at roofs. I'm pretty sure you guys know this by now, just from episode 1 of this series. I just cannot do roofs to save my life. And this one is no exception, of course. Like, I was really struggling what to do with it, and then I was like, hey, maybe I'll do silos on top of it. And it turned out looking like rabbit ears. So that's that. Can I actually make cobwebs? Is that a thing? Mana infused string, huh? That's just string. Hold up. We're making cobwebs here. We're gonna have this be absolutely beautiful. I haven't done much else with my Botania area still. I think I changed a couple of things, but nothing important. Obviously, if it was important, I would have told you guys. Looks like we are killing it with mana. 16. Hopefully that's good enough. Also, totally forgot to mention, but I got this guy. Just to have my hotbar be a bit more clean, I switched out my sword for this guy. I've still got my sword. I keep it in this bag, but I don't particularly fight mobs all that often, especially because I'm spamming mega torches now. So that's a thing. Definitely not gonna be doing that. But yeah, I've got tons and tons of space on my hotbar now, and I just put a bunch of random enchantments on this thing, mostly to keep stuff away, like the knockback, so I can just whack them away and don't have to deal with them. And of course, I've got teleporting and everything. And the only reason I'm using this one and not the version 1 still is because it's just a slightly more damage, so if I need to use it as a weapon, I can. But let's throw down some cobwebs. I'm not actually sure the method that people do. Can I break this? Oh, I can. Awesome. So maybe something like this. Yeah? I've never actually made like a smokestack thing before. Oh, that lag. Okay. So, I mean, that doesn't look too bad, right? And then I can just duplicate it on this side, and I think that'll look pretty decent. Probably. Also, to go through this building, I'm literally using painted cobblestone like everything, just to save resources. I'm that cheap. But it does the job. It fits the exact same aesthetic, so like who cares? Serves the same function. I don't think it's a big deal. Am I one off? Okay, I think no, I can definitely do this. Let's break this guy, and we're styling. How does that look from afar? Honestly, not that bad. I have no idea what just happened. I think I maybe pressed the full screen button twice in succession, and then that like stopped my video, but it basically just recorded blacks for like 4 minutes, and I didn't realize it did that. So I missed a pretty big portion of the clip. But basically what I was saying is I'm making constant tan rods so that I can make these heating coils, and these will allow me to use the induction heater, which uses RF instead of coal, which obviously is preferable, figuring that it's easier getting RF to something than it is getting coal to it. So I've got 32 constant tan being cooked up right now. This shouldn't take an incredible amount of time. I just need 2 of these things. Now I'm making enough to get 4 just in case I need some in the future. But yeah, I'm working on that. I'm going to get everything else set up and then I'll be right back. I've done some final touch-ups to this place. Nothing to this path, but I just like walking through it. It's nice and serene and feels good. Just nice and flow over the surface. I've got a little area here for the mold station and alloy furnace in case I need it. Actually, let's throw some coal in this guy, because why not? And then I upgraded this place, if you can call it an upgrade. Kind of subjective whether or not this actually looks good, but I've replaced some of this with stone just to add a bit more variety to it. As well, it looks inside. I used a lot of chisel and bits here to make it look okay. I think it looks pretty decent. I've got Ender IO lights, of course, and then I've got these things here. I've got the induction heater, so they use power instead of coal. This thing is cranked here, so I can make any alloy I want in here pretty easily. I just have to throw the correct cast in there. I don't actually have an area for the cast. Maybe I should grab a chest real quick. And I can put my molds into it, because I've got a couple. There we go. That should work. So I can just walk in here, you can grab a mold, and you can do that. I plan on expanding this area further. What I'm actually going to put into it is beyond me, but that's why I have this other door over here, so that I can expand this path this direction and kind of make it snake through this valley. I think that'd be pretty neat. But yeah, I think that's the Foundry area done for now. Now we are going to start on some more Botania stuff, because we all just love Botania. To start with the Botania area here, I definitely did attempt to make this look good on my bridge. Like, I even used water blocks here, like chiseled water, but it still adds the flowing water effect, so I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But obviously, as you can see, I've made a path leading over to this bridge, and that's going to snake around to the next Botania area, of course. I don't know, this wall kind of limited me. I was planning on having it be over here in this like giant open space, but I think that's where I'm going to put my entrapominiums when I get them. Right now, I've got obviously space for my Elven Portal when I get Terrasteel, and I've got, of course, my thing to make Terrasteel. So let's grab this terrestrial agronomical plate. I think that's how you pronounce it. Terrestrial agglomeration plate. Yes, that sounds about right. Let's give this guy a spark. This doesn't need an augment, and it will automatically just work. And let's make our first piece of Terrasteel. I think it's a pearl, a diamond, and wait, can you make this in Foundry? No, okay. I didn't think so, but always check in. So I think it's just a pearl, a diamond, and a mana. Oh, actually, we already have a mana diamond here. So let's ignore that guy. Let's make a mana diamond. I'm pretty sure I've got enough mana to make 1 Terrasteel. I definitely do. There we go. I don't have any... Gosh, we are burning through coal at an alarming rate. Go through blocks of coal like no other. Put a couple stacks in here, and that should do me good for a while. And let's actually get this thing done. You can actually right click this thing. This whole time I thought you had... Oh shit, I got my magnet on, huh? Get out of here. This whole time I thought you had to drop them onto this thing. Apparently you don't, you can only right click it on, which works just as fine. So if I want to automate Terrasteel in the future, I can literally do the exact same thing that I did over here. Conveniently. Is it filling these? It sure looks like it is. Isn't... Maybe it's just taking a super long time for this. Oh, it's doing something fancy. Yeah, there we go. Dance in the dark. Cool. And how much mana did we use? All of it? A lot of it. We might have enough to get away with making another piece, but I think we're fine for now. what we really need to do is get some mana pylons right here. And I should have enough stuff for all of that. I do. Now we need Natura pylons, I think they're called. Yep, and that's just Terrasteel. So let's do one of these guys. Don't have eyes, but we can autocraft those really quickly. And here we go. What the hell am I missing? Didn't I craft 2 of those? Oh, there it is. It's in my inventory. Why didn't you register, you son of a gun? Okay, so let's do that. And now we're going to need the gateway core. The Elven gateway core. Is it this guy? Here we go. I like how it lets you do all of this with just one piece of Terrasteel. I think that's pretty neat. Now we need glimmering, I think it's called. Yep. 3 pieces of that. And there we go. And now it is literally just a waiting game because I need to let my mana build up some more because I need at least half a pool, I believe, on either side of this. Obviously, I don't have nearly that much right now. Torch up this area as well, make it look a bit nicer. Like a nice bit of darkness, but I want it along the paths here. So yeah, I'm going to wait for my mana to build up. Probably go get something to eat real quick. And I'll be right back. Honestly, not sure how much mana exactly I need to get this thing started. I literally just diverted 2 of these mana spreaders into this mana pool and then just spread it into this guy. That's literally been my method. I don't know what's going on with this. There like always seems to be an extra 2 coal blocks. Maybe they're getting absorbed by that? Don't know, not important. What's important is seeing if I can actually start this thing up. Can I? Hey yo, cool. So now we've got this. I can now officially discontinue this guy. And I think I'm literally just going to... Okay, literally where are these coal blocks going? Is it some of these guys I missed out? I don't fucking know. I need to figure out how to get this mana out of this pool though. Which could be a problem. Can I get it like... Can I snipe it from this angle maybe? Into this pool? It normally like highlights the block it's pointing at, right? But I'm not seeing that. Like if I, whatever, highlight this guy, you can see it's... No, it's not, maybe. I don't fucking know. More or less finish off this mana build at the moment. I'm going to get all the mana from this guy and get it into these pools. How I'm going to do that? Why is there extra coal here? I don't know. It does consume 2. I feel like the whole timing system is just kind of messed up, maybe. I don't know why that just attracted to me. I'm gonna just turn this off for now. It's not important. But let's throw this guy in here. Did that work? Nope. Let's try again. There we go. And found the pool, of course. Let's throw that guy in here. I am really doing a good job. Okay, there we go. Now I should have everything I need to make a recessive spark. Make it, thank you. And I can throw this guy onto here. And now that should take all the mana out of this pool and disperse it to these 2. So that means that these will always be full. And all I have to do is just keep this guy full and it will generate mana. So now I think it's time for me to craft 1 enterpiminium. I'm going to see how it actually functions and actually attempt to make a setup for it. Let's actually just look at this real quick. 2 red, 2 gray, and 2 white. It should have everything. That should be everything. Should be able to just hop over here and just toss it all in. Oh, need a seed, of course. And boom. So there's that. Now it's time to figure out actually how to do this. And I'm thinking, at least I don't know. Let's actually check this out. I know there's like a detonation lens. This guy. I can just make a lens. Hold up. Let's try this guy, because this was my original idea. I didn't know if it's actually going to work or not, but this could be pretty fun, I feel. Okay, so the first test for this thing is probably just to figure out how it works, because I've never actually used it. I just know that it fires stuff that explodes. So basically just throw this thing on top of an atomic reconstructor and let's see what happens. I don't actually know how this works. Oh, did it act? Does it not destroy tiles? Hold up. Let's try this again. Oh! That gave me a that gave me a heart attack. Thank fucking God I decided to do it over here and not my Botany area. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna clean this up real quick. I've cleaned up the mess. We have Testing Grounds version 2 up and ready to go with a static obsidian. I've got this set up here. I'm hoping it doesn't blow it all up. Last time when it hit the obsidian, it completely absorbed the impact and didn't break anything around it. Or at least, well, yeah, like the explosion when it didn't have obsidian there was massive, so I could only assume it just absorbs it. So I'm hoping, really hoping, that this doesn't just fucking blow it all up. Let's see, right? It didn't do anything. Alright, so it's test number 2 here, the risky one. The really risky one. Just head on blow this thing up. Alright, this is gonna be a bad idea. It was a bad idea. Okay, so according to the book, I actually have to use obsidian. It's not just any arbitrary explosion, which is a shame. So now I'm gonna have to figure out some way of getting gunpowder effectively. Like I could just do a creeper farm in the same vein that I did with my wither farm over here, just like a powered spawner, and that would work just fine. But I want to do something different. I guess I could do niter, sulfur. That doesn't give me a whole lot though. Charcoal, a whole bunch of niter. What's an effective way of getting niter? Sandstone? I probably could make just some loop. Yeah. Blitz? Oh, wait. Oh, do blitzes actually drop that? If I'm just farming blitzes, then why not just farm creepers at that rate? Whatever. I'll figure something out. How much gunpowder do I actually have right now? 400? That's not a bad amount. Let's make some TNT with it and actually test the entropominium this time and hopefully not destroy all of it again. Righty. Final stages here. If this blows it all up, it's game over, baby, because I don't know. But we'll see, right? This better be entertaining to watch at the very least. Oh, it didn't blow it up, and it is in fact generating mana. So now, is it still just... Was that all it generated? That is a piss poor amount of mana. I expected way more than that. Holy cow. It is not worth using these at all. Unless I get like multiple of them, and I wonder if many of them can absorb the shock. You can die for me, thanks. I'm actually gonna maybe make like 2 more of these things and see if all of them can take mana from the exact same shock and I can like duplicate it like that. My 2 entropominiums are now a go-go. This is test number 10,000. This is a stupid process. How much mana did we have in there? About none. Yeah. Let's just reset it. Oh, let's not press F1. So we can actually get a real test here. It should be fairly obvious whether or not this worked. Did all of them generate it? Nope, it generated the exact same amount of mana. Why would anybody use these flowers? Is a great question, because they really just don't generate any mana. That's honestly kind of sad, because I was really hoping to have some sort of farm with these things. I thought it'd be pretty fun. But I guess not. I think I might... Probably just going to keep using, what are they called? The fucking coal flowers, endo flames. I'm going to keep using those guys until I have the ability to make Shulk Me Knots, which is my like endgame mana thing. If I'm even going to do that or not, it really all depends. Because at that point, I think I just need Terrasteel. Like, what's actually keeping me from the Gaia Guardian now? I don't think anything, right? Yeah, no, I could totally do the Gaia Guardian like right now. I'm actually gonna set up for that real quick. Maybe we can end this episode with a Gaia Guardian fight. That might be entertaining. Glad we're actually not doing a Gaia Guardian fight to end this episode solely for the reason that We're way past time already. Obviously, it's gonna get smaller when I cut down, but at the moment we're at like 35 minutes of raw, so I need to end the episode real quick and kill these guys that are in my base. I spawned them in earlier. So hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next episode I'm definitely going to be fighting the Gaia Guardian and farming for the Pinkinator, which is the last thing I need from Britannia to get EMC, which is obviously the end goal of this pack. So have a great rest of your day.